Hello, everybody, from Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park for the Section 6 Class AA Championship game. This is the Richmond Vona pregame show. My name is Jacob Flyak. Alongside me is Francis Beck. And Francis, the fifth and final section championship game of the night, and it's going to be against two powerhouses in Bennett and Jamestown.
Yeah, these two teams know exactly what it's like to play at the stadium. Jamestown being here last year and Bennett the several years before then being here, and including en route to two state championship appearances. So, yeah, two classic teams, the powerhouse teams of the past 2 years, are meeting here at the stadium to cap off this year and potentially the final game played, high school game played on the home of the Buffalo Bills. Yeah,
this is what should be a really nice game. Could be a very competitive battle. We'll start out with the Jamestown Red and Green, the number 3 seed, 7-3 overall, 4-2 in Class AA. They got their revenge on Orchard Park earlier this season. Orchard Park beating them 30-19. But both those teams faced each other at Orchard Park for the semifinal round, and Jamestown got the revenge 18-13, and it was the Chase Bonta show. Got 228 yards on the ground and provided all three of the Jamestown scores.
All season long has been the Chase Bonta show for Jamestown. He has 1,500 yards, 26 touchdowns, one of the top rushers in Section 6. Probably, I would imagine he probably makes the Connolly Cup top 10 as well. He's just had a great season so far, and they've really run on his back this year.
They have it, and he's had some nice supporting cast members, as well as Alaric Richards, a freshman, a senior in Jericho Thagard, a senior in Luis Diaz, and another senior in Eli DeLeon, and oh, by the way, another senior in Asai Watson. That's been a big part of it. All this has culminated to a very successful season. And when head coach Tom Langworthy discussed this with Carson Harper earlier this week during Media Day, he talked about what they've been able to do to stand out and put themselves back in the Class AA championship.
We've had a nice year. I'm really proud of our guys with how far we've come. One thing that I tell our guys at the beginning of the year is things change throughout the season. Sometimes you adjust your schemes. Sometimes you adjust your personnel. And certainly we've done that, and I'm proud of that because it's shown that we've gotten better. But I'm really proud of our guys. They show up every day ready to coach, ready to learn. They have a growth mindset, and our assistant coaches, they're outstanding. They come to practice ready, and they're efficient, they're planned, they're professional. And I think between the coaching staff and the players coming together, we've seen a lot of growth this season, and we're playing our best football at the right time of year, and that's what I'm really excited.
And Francis, we know that Chase Bonta has been a big part of this, but as what Tom Langworthy said, it has been a very good team effort. Coaching staff's also been a big support of it, but overall, everyone has been able to find a way to create some type of support and help this team have a very good year and put themselves in a section title spot.
Yeah, veteran coaching staff, Coach Langworthy's won a couple state titles. I think he's been around for nearly 2 decades with this Jamestown program, so a lot of experience with these players.
Now let's take a look at the Bennett team. They have been no surprise for them in the spot if you might be a Bennett fan, but even the past 5 years, Bennett's been able to be at Highmark Stadium several times. Bennett's number 1 seed, 8-1 overall, 6-0 in Class AA. They defeated Lancaster in the semifinals, 52-13. They had 532 yards of total offense, all 7 of their touchdowns coming from the ground attack. And oh, by the way, all 7 of them came from the duo running backs of Dontre Hampton and Jimmy Valentine.
Yeah, this Bennett team, once again, they find their guys, and they usually come on late in the season. We were talking about this earlier today. It's what Jimmy Valentine's been doing kind of reminds me of what Bennett did with Jaden Lewis. He started out the year as a receiver, didn't get much from him, and then halfway through the year they kind of did a switch, put him at running back, and he's been slowly getting better, becoming the guy that defenses need to stop.
Absolutely. He's been all over the place for them. We got a chance to speak to head coach Stephen McDuffie, who spoke with our own Carson Harper on how this team has been so successful year after year.
Well, I think the kids really work hard. And, we have great kids at Bennett High School, and I can't take all the credit. It's a village approach. Myself with the parents, with the great administrators we got at Bennett High School who also support the program, and community members like Ms. Cotman and, our AD, Michael House. You know, it's just a village approach, and I'm blessed to have those people and coach all of those.
Francis, it's no surprise when you have a head coach like Stephen McDuffie what the success has meant for this Bennett team. They've won a state championship a couple years back. They've been to the Far West Regionals plenty of times, and now back here for a section title, looking to win their 4th section title in 5 years. We know Valentine can do it. Hampton can help them out as well. Who else are you liking from this Bennett squad that's going to have to be big tonight?
Well, their quarterback, Jacob Dowell, when they played Jamestown earlier in the season, he was 15-21 for 81 yards, no touchdowns. Doesn't sound great on the, but it was enough to, get a couple first downs, make some key conversions, really to support your run game. I think that's going to be the key, really, for both sides as well. Whichever quarterback can support their running back the best, I think, gives their team the best chance to win.
And I think for my end, obviously Chase Bonta is the one where Bennett's going to have to be the number one guy to look out for. They've had some really good guys who can tackle the ball very well. You can start with a sophomore, Jason Hargrove, with 68 tackles on the season, 11 for a loss and 6 sacks. They also have Nairi Feaster, a senior, with 68 tackles, 15 tackles for a loss and a sack. And then Jason Warren, their senior offensive lineman, also plays defensive line, 27 tackles, 9 tackles for a loss, 7 sacks. He was a week 4 Trench Trophy nominee. Then you have Nasir Johnson with 9 sacks with double-digit tackles for losses. Those guys right there, we know how hard it is for Bonta to get down, but it might have to be those 4 guys, or at least 3 of them, that are going to have to try to wrap up and bring up Bonta down so he doesn't get a lot of positive yardage tonight.
Yeah, last time these two teams played, Bonta ran for 176 yards, but he did it on 36 carries. Bennett knew the ball was going to Bonta almost every time, and you could say 176 yards is a lot, but when he only got 1 TD and nobody else was doing anything else, you feel pretty good if you're Bennett. I think if you're Orchard Park, you got to get some production for some other places, or at least get some holes going so you're not handing it off to him 36 times.
We'll see how this game shapes out. The final day here for Section 6 championship football here at Highmark Stadium, potentially for the final time. The Class AA game is just about to get underway. We will be back for our Wingnuts halftime show, and we'll see how these two battle it out in the first half between Bennett and Jamestown.
At Richmond Vona, we are seriously dedicated to bettering the communities that we serve. You will get super high level communication, and you are getting a team of dedicated attorneys, paralegals. If you put your trust in us and hire us, we promise to take care of everything. Call us as soon as possible so we can start the investigation to fight to get you the settlement you deserve.